Hello everyone. For this week in Robotics Lab 3, we will be learning Pandas and NumPy. These two libraries are very famous in data science right now. So we will be going through the basics of NumPy and Pandas, and at the end we will go through some exercises to see what we learned. So we will be using Jupyter Notebook to go through NumPy and Pandas. So to open the Jupyter Notebook, you can either search for Jupyter Notebook in your computer because you have already installed Anaconda last week. So I hope Jupyter Notebook is already there, or else you can just start your Anaconda Explorer or an Anaconda Navigator and start Jupyter Notebook. So you can just launch the Jupyter Notebook. It will open the browser. So you can see the home page of Jupyter Notebook in the browser. So the home page will show the file explorer, and from where we can select the Jupyter Notebook files. The Jupyter Notebook files are generally have the extension .ipynb. Okay, if you have already written some notebook files, then you can search from here and open them, or else if you want to start a new notebook, you can use the button here called new. Click it, and on the notebook we will select the Python interpreter. So we will select Python 3. So this will start a new notebook with Python 3. So what is a notebook actually? So the notebook, you can think of it as a IDE in web browser. So that means we can run our Python commands through web browser. So not only web Python code, but we can also run the Markdown here. So it's more easy for us to document what we have done. So let's go through Markdown and Code. So this is the empty notebook, and these things where we can write code are called cells. So let's start. Let's select from code. We will select Markdown. So now this cell is of type Markdown. So you can write your Markdown command here. So what basically Markdown is like, you can think Markdown is like HTML. It's like a markup language where you can like write a text and do some design, or not really design, but you can make the rich text designs. So we will just start hello world. So this is the title of our notebook, or we can say heading. So if we use only one hash, it will be bigger and it will be smaller according to the number of hash you use. So let's say this is our heading, so it should be the biggest one, hello world, and then we will write the description about this. This is the hello world. After you have written something in the cell, you can execute using run button. So this will run the Markdown and this one, or alternatively you can use Control and Enter to run the cell. So next cell, you see it's code. So let's write some code in this cell. So we will start with the basic code in Python. Print hello world, and we can run using Shift plus Enter. So this will show the output hello world. So basically in Jupyter Notebook, you can write multiple commands or instruction in single cell. Let's see, if we say a equals to 5, b equals to 4, and run this cell, that means these two commands are already executed, and our system already has the variables with name a and b. So we can just say, okay, in the next cell we will see print A. That means we will print 5. Or we can just write B, then it will print that one. Together with that, we can also write our functions and run using the cells. So for example, let's say def print. Let's create a function that will print hello every time it is called. So we can call this function anywhere that we want, and you can also add mix between Markdown and code. So let's say now we will execute function. So now we will execute the function here. Let's say print hello. So that means it will execute the program that is installed already. So this much for the basics of Jupyter Notebook. You can go through internet and search, but for today now we will focus into NumPy. So we have already provided you a few notebook files, so you can load those notebook files directly in the Jupyter Notebook by using, let's go to file and open. So it will show the file explorer, and you locate the file where you have saved. Let's start with NumPy. So open Robotics Lab 3 NumPy. So we will load our notebook file already. So if you don't want to use your own resources, or let's say when we are doing computations which requires high resources, and if you don't have any high resources or something, we can also use free GPU that is provided by Google. For that we can use Google Collab. So for that, let's say you can go to collab.research.google.com. So if you go to, let's say, collab.google.com, so it will show this page at first, and then you can upload the notebook file that we have, or else you can create a new empty notebook and start here. Let's choose here. So in this folder we'll go to NumPy and open. Let's wait for some time while it is being loaded. So for the session today, you can either use Google Colab or you can use your own computer. It's all right.